Eating Park Meadows. It is getting close to 9:30 on Tuesday, and today is my day, my opportunity to do a bit of a devotional, and it's been one of those days. The day has zipped by, and I find myself here getting ready to pack it in for the evening and thinking about heading off to bed and rest and all of those things. And so that combined with the fact that I haven't posted a devotional yet got me thinking about what I do at the end of the day. And one of the things that I've realized is I've kind of gotten to a bad habit over the years. I tend to have, as I've said before in my sermons, I tend to take time in the office when I go in the morning and it's quiet to have a quiet time. And if I'm honest with you, I probably don't do as much the evening prayers or the prayers at bedtime as I perhaps have done in the past. And so kind of got into that habit of crawling into bed, looking at my phone for a bit, putting my phone down, kissing Jennifer, and going to sleep. And none of that is bad in itself, but I haven't necessarily given time to coming to God at the end of the day. Which got me thinking, Matthew chapter 11, Jesus is speaking. And he says, beginning verse 28, he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And now I know that Jesus wasn't speaking about those who are tired and it's the end of the day, come to me. He was talking a little bit bigger than that. But I think the principle remains. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And this has just been sitting with me in this idea that perhaps I and perhaps we would do well to take time at the end of the day to not just look at our phones for a bit and kiss our loved ones goodnight and go to sleep, but to take a minute and to come to God when we're tired, when we're weary, when we need rest, and finish the day with the one who is eager to meet us when we start the day. So I've long loved many of the Celtic prayers. Most have been transferred out of Gaelic and have been passed down through generations. Sometimes there are Christian writers who write new prayers, but a couple of beautiful Celtic prayers that have meant things to me through the years that we've used when I've gone on retreat, and for some reason haven't necessarily incorporated into my everyday. I just wanted to share them with you. Let them be prayers that encourage you as you finish this day. If you're watching this on Tuesday night, or perhaps you might want to incorporate it into your day if you're watching this Wednesday or later in the week. The first is a very simple prayer. It says this: "I lay my head to rest, and in doing so, lay at your feet the faces I have seen, the voices I've heard, the words I've spoken, the hands I have shaken, the service I have given, the joys I have shared, the sorrows revealed. I lay them at your feet, and in so doing, lay my head to rest." The second is another short and simple prayer, and it says this: "Through the dark hours of this night, protect and surround us, Father, Son, and Spirit three. Forgive the ill that we have done. Forgive the pride that we have shown. Forgive the words that have caused harm, that we might sleep peaceably and rise refreshed to do your will. Through the dark hours of this night, protect and surround us, Father, Son, and Spirit three." And these prayers are a little different. One obviously speaks to giving consideration to the day that has been. And another time I'll talk to you about the prayer of examine. It's a prayer that I've long appreciated, where I give attention to where I've seen God in the day and where I've missed him. We'll talk about that another time. But this first prayer kind of looks back at the day, and the second prayer asks for some forgiveness, but also has this idea of praying for rest so that I can give energy to what God has for me tomorrow. And I like that, the idea of going to sleep and thinking about what the next day holds in my walk with God as I look to serve him and to honor him. So come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I think the principle that Jesus has there in Matthew 11 holds true for us as we end our days as well. As we are weary and burdened and needing of rest, he promises to give it. And so I am going, and I hope that you will consider being a little more intentional as you finish your day, as I finish my day, in coming back to the one who loves me more than I love myself, in finishing the day with a few minutes of focus on Jesus and asking him to give me the rest that I need for the day that I've had and for the day that is to come. And so, grace and peace to you as you go into your rest, Park Meadows. God bless.